I watched the Suzuki on Stutzle hit. It's like sometimes it's just I don't think they're leading with their knee. They're kind of planting to hit, and maybe your knee's ahead. But I didn't think it was like a viciously dirty, on-purpose hit from Wahlstrom to Hughes. And you see your star player get injured. Yeah, you're going to go over and do something. But PK was probably happy he had to leave that game because there were guys in the Devils, and they don't play again this year. Not that PK wouldn't have done it had he known they did, but like he put a beating on a young kid who I don't think was trying to injure, their best player. That's what happens, but it was certainly like once you look at it in slow motion, it was a little different than what I saw in real speed when you thought maybe he really did stick his knee out.
Yeah, but as we said with the Beagle incident, you cave faces it and then ask questions later. So that's kind of the mantra that we roll with around here. Now, you just brought up the Stützle hit. I think we need to roll this clip because this has drawn a lot of controversy north of the border in some very choice words by Brendan Gallagher, in which these guys play against the Senators quite a bit. So Granelli, roll that clip.
You know what? When I was 10 years old, our coach had a rule: if you lay on the ice, and we didn't have trainers, if the coach had to come on the ice and get you, you're too hurt to play. You had to sit for minimum 3 shifts. He's a great player. Played against him for 2-3 years now. More than half the games we've played against him, he's laid on the ice, and he's right back out there next shift. He lays on the ice. He acts like he's hurt. He sells the call. He's on the ice that same power play. It's, there's kids watching. We're role models. If I was a teammate of his, I'd tell him to smarten up. It's just not a good look. Very talented player, very good player. He needs to stop laying on the ice. It's embarrassing.
All right.
That's pretty. That's.
Out.
Calling a guy out, man. He was disgusted. He gave him a little compliment at the beginning just before he ripped him a new asshole. It's like, good player, but.
I went to try to dig a little bit. I asked you, RA, if you found any Stützle dives. You said you saw maybe one online that ended up kicking up a little bit of dust, but I mean one before this incident where I could strongly say that he ended up clipping him here where Stützle had every right to go down and be injured because it did look pretty freak. He ended up missing the next game as opposed to the injury. So what do you make of the overall comments, and do you think Gallagher might have been a bit out of line?
I don't know if you're asking me or what, but I'll answer. I mean, he probably maybe laid down once or twice where, it's not something that's going to make a clip or a GIF or whatever. But I watched that hit from Suzuki, man. I fucking puked when I saw the way his knee and leg went. Like, if there's ever time to stay down the ice, it was that.
Oh, no, I know. But did you think the hit was that dirty?
No. Oh, on Suzuki? No, the Suzuki hit on him wasn't dirty. It's just the way he fucking landed. Like, he had a reason to stay down is what I'm saying. Because his knee, like, I thought he would have been out for fucking 5 or 6 games. When I had to, turn away. Like, I used to love that shit when I was a kid. Now I see injuries, like, I can't watch him anymore.
Too much ridiculousness?
But he came back and played, correct?
I think that game, but he missed the next game. I think he came out for another shift, but Biz just said he missed the next game. But
I'm sorry.
He actually missed that next game because of hurt feelings, because of what Gallagher said. It wasn't even the knee.
I just know, and I think that there's thousands of people listening who played the game right now who probably know what I'm talking about in terms of, like, get up if you're not injured. And yeah, there's moments when you're probably scared and you're not sure if you're injured, but, like, just get up. I don't necessarily agree with the way Gallagher went about, like, calling him out, but I do agree with the message in terms of, like, being told when you're younger, if you stay down, your leg, like I was told, your leg better be broken. And if your hands hurt, you better get up because your legs are skating you off the ice. You don't need to lay down even if your upper body's injured. And certainly there are times when it's okay to be on the ground. If you're injured and you need help, no doubt, stay down. But if you're okay, get up. And I think Gallagher is an old school type player, was probably told the same type thing growing up. We had a kid on the Kings. We won the 97 Quebec Pee World Championship. This was before we won. This kid would lay down on the ice every game. And his dad would come on the ice, and I remember just being like, the kid got cut at one point. It's like, we can't keep having this. You cannot be somebody who's known as a guy who's constantly laying down, needing the trainers to come out, and then be okay to play again. So I'm not even saying Stutzel does that because I haven't seen enough of his games or haven't seen enough clips, but it seems like Gallagher's convinced, having played against him that much, that he's a guy that's willing to lay down and look injured and then always be okay.
Yeah, he's on watch now, kind of like when Sluban was going at it early in the season, and then people were bigging up the old clip. So from now on, Stutzel's on the ISO cam. So all you fans that hate on the Senators, make sure you're sending them those clips. And if we don't see one in at least a 12-month period, I don't know, maybe Gallagher was out of line there. Yeah. Or for some of you, you internet rabbit hole guys, send over the videos of Stützle actually laying on the ice. Now, somebody else rebutted by saying that Gallagher was being a bit of a hypocrite and sent in a bunch of his diving videos. But I will say, like, there might have been like one that he sold of the 7 that the guy put together. So whoever posted that video, fucking, you're a walking L, just like Witt over here.
I got one of the best teams in the league since like February 15th. I mean, walking L. I'm a big giant W, like my last name begins with.